just vibey vibes. Welcome. Let's talk about Love Island tonight episode. After the Grafties, Abby was like, "Score, all the people chat." She was trying to let's chat. My guy is like, "No, I want to chat with the guys first." She's like, let's chat. He's like, "I want to chat with the guys first." He had to even say it 3 times before she's like, "Okay." And then he went with Sammy, him and Ty. They were just talking about the whole Ty was first of all talking about the whole looking and stuff, and then he was not talking about Mitch. Sammy was actually the voice of reasoning. He was making a lot of sense. He did tell Ty that, you know, like him telling Whitney to shush, like, you know what I mean, that's not cool and all of that stuff. So I was like, look at Sammy checking somebody, even if he obviously was in a polite way, not in a rude way, but it was a good thing. And Ty did accept with her, and Ty spoke to Lokan and he apologized. And I found that when Lokan was speaking to Mitch, he said, "You cannot, I don't like the fact the way you spoke to my woman, and like, you know what I mean, you cannot talk that way." And even like, I stand by what I stand by, because obviously Mitch has already been telling the girls, but he thought that it was just, even if Mitch has not been, Mitch that was the one that said the thing was not peace. And normally in relationship, people talk about each other people. That's what you do. You gossip with your partner. It's a normal thing of life. Like, if you don't gossip with your partner, who else would you gossip with in this life? Like, honestly, what's a relationship without a bit of teeny little gossip? Now, I'm not saying that you can't be telling your friend's secret to somebody, but you do gossip about with your partner. That's what you do. Anyway, so Ty did feel bad immediately. Then he tried to put Whitney for a chat. We also from the first look that Whitney did not want to chat with him immediately. He did ask her like, oh, because she said that he was being disrespectful, and he's like, "Have you not been disrespectful with somebody else?" I do feel like, yeah, he did have a bit of him, but the first look made it look worse than it is. Honestly, this first look, I feel like if you don't watch first looks and you just watch the episode, you will not feel as, you know what I mean, too whatever, as because you already have a preconceived notion. It was not that bad. Honestly, the whole thing was not that bad. Now, I saw a lot after the first look, people were saying that Ella was, you know, quiet. Ella is always quiet whenever Ty is having an argument with somebody, and she's saying that it's between the guys. It's not really between the guys, because he was obviously checking me and looking for talking to Whitney, but Whitney is involved in it and Ty was not involved in it, so he should have just let it go. That's what I'm saying. But I'm glad that they squashed it and it was all love. And Whitney still went to him later on to speak with him. I also like Whitney when she's checking someone, she does come with facts, because she did ask him, like, he said it was a blip. So is this a blip or is this your character? You see, that's one thing we all wanted to know. Is this Ty's character? For me, it's giving me that that's his character. Like, he does like pipe up when things don't go his way or whatever, but then he will still apologize. But I feel like this is his character. It cannot be a blip, because this is not the first blip. He cannot be having blips. No other person is having that kind of blip. So I feel like that's his character. I don't feel like I feel like because this is intense environment, it makes it like, you know what I mean, it escalates the character, but that's not, in real life, it's not going to be that bad. That's my assumption. So it was all in all, it was not as bad as I thought it would be. And also another thing I noticed was that Molly and Jess are actually close friends. They are always together playing. I've seen it in unseen looks and all of that, but I actually thought that she's more close friends with Whitney and Ella. But I do feel like, yeah, she's close with Whitney and Ella, but I also feel like she's always with Molly. That's another thing. So that means she's kind of like the girl that's close to everybody. That's what I'm saying. So then finally, Scott made Abby coffee in the morning. I was like, okay, Scott made coffee in the morning. Okay. Okay. I was like, okay, so finally now you did it, huh? But then Sammy checking on Ella B, because Ella B obviously spoke to Mitch and said that they're dragging that whole stuff too much, which they were. Sammy speaking to Ella B just to check if she's okay. I do like the fact that they had that whole stuff, and like they had that conversation and they have a friendship in there, because sometimes we don't get to see some friendship because the producers don't think that it is camera worthy, or they don't want to promote that friendship. Then they would not, because friendship also helps when you come out with deals and all of that stuff. You guys can have things that you have to do together. So at the end of the day, if they don't feel like they want to push that forward, then they would not. Mostly like bromance a lot more than they even like female friendships. Let's even go there. But anyway, yes, I do think that the Abby, Mitch, and Scott situation is just giving him too much. It's overdone. They're dragging it on. And then Scott and Abby obviously did have a conversation. And then Scott said that he is scared for Abby not to hate him like the way she hates Mitch. Like, I've seen that she always is going at Mitch. I do see people saying that, oh, they need to check on her mental health. Where I feel like they need to check on her mental health is the rejection part. The girl is not used to rejection. Now that she's coming up from the villa, I do hope that they check on her mental health, like for real, for real. She does need the psychology, because nobody's really used to rejection. But I feel like with her, you notice that's why she's used to people just being with her and wanting something maybe too serious very quick, or that's how she wants things. So I do not think that she and any of her relationship wouldn't have worked. She and Mitch would have worked if she never talked to Scott, because she and me, they're on the same wavelength. They get into something quick. They move from hello to marriage. You know what I mean? That's just how they are. So I feel like both of them were better suited for each other. But I don't know why when Scott talked to her, I somehow kind of blame Scott a bit. He could have just let her be, because then he could have just been with Amber. Because now when Scott talked to her, somehow that whole thing just, you know what I mean, just made her, she feel excited that someone else was interested in her. And then she thought that she can do that. Mitch would just be there, because Mitch was telling her that there's no bombshell that would turn his head. But then when Ella came straight for him, my guy is like, okay, I can do it too. But then she did what Mitch did with Molly, like trying to give him ultimatum, trying to force everything, trying to, okay, now I'm not going to talk to Scott, I'm going to tell Scott, because she felt like when she tells Scott that it's over, Mitch should just be over too. That's what Sammy said, and that's true. We can blame Mitch a bit, but what's her name? Abby, is her fault too. She is the reason. Like, she's not guiltless. She is not guiltless. She was moving mad. This was before me saying moving mad. That's when she was moving mad, telling me something else, telling Scott something else. She was moving mad. Like, that's why she won that most snaky. I voted for her too. She was moving mad. So now it's Mitch moving mad. Mitch has been moving mad from the beginning. The only reason why we didn't even notice it after Molly's situation was done, because no other girl, there was nobody for him to move mad with. Mitch has always been going too fast, married this, that. So him and Abby is better suited. Now Scott was not feeling the girl, but I feel like Scott was just scared. And also, people are always telling that you don't have feelings for somebody, you don't have this. Like, sometimes I feel like people did not let Scott actually just develop whatever he wants to develop and all of that. I'm not going to blame anybody for Scott and Catherine's situation, because I do understand that, yeah, maybe they said some things that got into Catherine's head, but still, her reaction is still her reaction. I'm not going to, like, do I still kind of somehow teeny little bit wish that when he goes out, they reconnect and then maybe they start something? I do kind of wish. I feel like I like them, they look cute together, but if they don't work out, they work out with other people, my dear, in this life. So I'm not even worried about that. But I still stand by what I stand by. She was wrong with the way she reacted. Like, I don't care what happened, like, she was doing him too much. Anyway, the girls wanted to play a prank, but they failed miserably in their prank. Zach and Molly, I thought they were going to have like a big conversation, because Logan was asking Zach, was it Logan was asking Zach if they're boyfriend and girlfriend and all of that stuff, and he was like no, and then Logan was saying that he wouldn't want to move in with a girl except he wants to marry the girl, which I understand. And then, but Zach just had with Molly and say something about his game, I like you. The way he said I like you, it's almost like he wanted to say I love, like he did not want to say I love you, but he said I like you, like if the strength of the I like you is as big as I love you. Guy, were you supposed to hate her? Because I don't understand. Like, I like you, yeah, you kiss her every night, you be touching her, do you hate her? I'm just like, what is this about? Anyway, the results were in. The least compatible couples were Elabia Mitchell, Molly and Zachariah, and Abby and Scott. I do feel like the president saw this as an opportunity to send Abby and Scott home, because I am sure that Abby and Scott were the number 4 on that vote, like the top 4 on that vote. But then Abby and they knew that Mitch and Ella B and Zachariah and Molly, if it's them that, I mean Zachariah and Molly, if it's them that is left, people are gonna send Mitch and Ella B obviously home, and they do not want friendship couple to get into the final. That's what they're trying to cut, and they are not sure if they do the compatible thing, even if Scott will be in the bottom, they are not sure that Scott and whichever couples will be there, they are not sure that Scott might be going home. That is also, because if it's only 2 couples that are there, then, or let's say 3, they are not sure that Scott might have the highest vote, so of those couples. So that's the reason why they let Scott go now, because it's Love Island, not Friendship Island. So they do not try to keep friendship couple. Remember last time in season 5, when Amber and Ovi, they were going to win the show, literally. They were a friendship couple, they were going to win. They brought in a girl, they brought in 2 girls for Ovi to pick. They brought in a guy just literally for Amber. so that they can break that up. So they're not going to go to the final having a friendship couple. And even if they know that people don't have it, as long as people say they are trying to get into a romantic stuff, then yeah, they're fine. But friendship is a no. So I feel like it was kind of like a setup for them. And then the bottom two couples that were left, they were not having a conversation. Oh, and Zachariah is like, oh, he's not here for votes, my dear. You came on the show, there's gonna be votes. But I like the way he took it anyway. And then Mitch and Ella spoke, and then all of them now spoke together. Mitch is an idiot, you know what I mean? Like, honestly, Akavala is really a knobhead according to Scott. He is, because how do you receive a text message saying that tomorrow you guys are going to be going on dates, and on those dates you have to pick the two couples that are least compatible? Then you go around the villa telling everybody, oh, I think Ella is playing me, I think she's faking it, I don't think it's real. So I don't understand. Were you waiting for Abby to leave first for you to not notice that? Because you were too engulfed with Abby whole stuff. Like, it was just Abby. Since Abby and Scott are not there now you can focus on Ella B to find out that she's not dying to you. Anyway, that's that for tonight's episode. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye bye.